Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Eddie Marcus again on the same mission. Question: what is it that you think that human beings crave most in life? What is it that means more, perhaps, in life that facilitates, as far as they're concerned, life? Well, a lot of people think it's power. You know, you might not think of it as power sometimes, but the truth of the matter is, if you ask yourself what is power, you would probably come up with something simple. If you did, or if you wanted to come up with something simple, it would say having the ability to change. Having the ability to change. Everybody, to a certain degree, kind of seeks that. Even though they might never know it. But they have some support when you start talking about power to change, the ability to change. You think about maybe your compassion, empathy, or let's say bottom line love that you might just have for the human race, which causes you to do extraordinary things, moves you to do extraordinary things. It's the thing that says you got to. So it becomes your love for the human race becomes your power. Not all people are into love. Some people are just into money. And they take money as a tool to give them the power that would activate them into change. You know, all kinds of things can happen. And when you look at a society, you look to see if you, regardless of whether you agree with this or you have something altogether different, but you look to measure it from day to day and as time passes. But you think about, as I do, what happens when you talk about love. When you talk about love, you talk about the elimination, the having the ability to eliminate the problems in life, to eliminate those things that's distasteful in life, but not only able to eliminate, but to bring into being those things that are passionately loving, those things that are joyous and happy, those things that, there's no regret. Those things would be the fruit of love. If you love people, if you love the human race, there would be no poverty. If you love the human race, everybody would be satisfied on earth. If you love the human race, everybody would be satisfied on earth. Why? And when I say you, I'm talking about the human race, loving the human race. You wouldn't suffer for nothing. Anything that you can imagine that you wanted, and you're determined by the people's choice that's what you want, and the resources are available. Hey, baby, it's just a step away. That's like being divine. You're not suffering for a lack of education or not a lack of health care. You hear today that some countries get health care for everybody, and you say that America prospering itself as one of the richest nations on the face of the earth, and health care is the most expensive thing that you can have in this country. Well, and people suffer from a lack thereof. And I'm thinking that with love, there are enough professionals in every field that exists, because these are things that people love doing. These are the people that additional people coming into the world have a lust for. And these kinds of things that they choose to give them their greatest joy. And when they spend their lives not just becoming a leech or being nothing, they are something. They are an asset. They are resources. Every human being on the face of the earth is a resource. It's like diamonds in the rough. Every human being on the face of the earth is like gold. It's like silver that's you trying to find to utilize it. But human beings are right amongst you. You just denied them the ability to develop, or denied yourself the ability to understand their worth. And so we have these kinds of things going on. But Love is the answer, my friends. No having to go to jail. No having to be angry. You see, I would say that love represents the God that I understand. Now, when you start talking about money, which sometimes want to say in the pursuit of money, you end up doing a heck of a lot of other different kinds of things. You end up hating. You end up lying and cheating. You end up with some people got some other people don't. You got crime and violence. You got poverty. You got reasons to hate and racism. All of this ugly stuff that exists on the world today. Failure in the education system. Failure in the healthcare system. Failure in every system. Every system was set up to do good, but it gets exploited. The food system, everything. And people got threatened now, talking about you're going to have to suffer some because they're using that money thing. That's the motivation. That's where their power is. So in order to get more power, they're saying the poor people who don't have any power now going to have to suffer a little bit more because you put the people in power who got nothing but money. You've given them the position now that they can get more money, which means they can have more power, which means you got even less power. Oh my God. You talking about hell, and you got people struggling, trying to make it. You got people trying to work 2 or 3 jobs, trying to make it. You got people tired, worn out, beat, don't really have a life. They just trying to survive. And this is what we have, human beings have chosen. We have chosen this as a way of life because we don't know better. We were told about a God that was supposed to be sufficient to meet the needs. But something happened there. Either we were lied to when it came to God, or we just don't believe it. Either we were lied and that if we did everything it said, it would have no effect. Or we would just straight up don't believe it. Because there's no way that anybody could believe that there's a power that brought them out of nothing and put them in something and created a situation for them to live as though they're in heaven and would throw you into pure hell and stick you there. No, because love, my friends, would have you doing something to change that situation. And that situation would change or they will kill you. God knows that. And anybody that loves God knows that. Why? Because it is a door out of hell. Death is a door out of hell. You got people talking about a lot of stuff. They say, you don't believe God. You sit here and go to prison because the system made you a thief. You sit here and look at the young man who killed the health guy the other day. I mean, just think about it. The white brother, seemed like he had going on. Young man, looked like he had it physically, looked handsome, smart guy, degree ready. And what does he do? Go and shoot somebody, even in the back, to make a statement. And his statement is, what is his statement? His statement is that the system failed him. The system, as far as he can see, it fails a lot of people. And this is his choice to rebel. This is his choice to respond. And he's going to fight it, he says. But apparently, he didn't care what the outcome is. His effort was to cause a specific outcome. And he did what he thought was the best thing to do. This is not the best thing to do. But that's what he thought. What is the best thing to do? What is the best thing to do? To make it right. What is the best thing to do? How many of you got an answer? So if you don't have an answer, you're probably just going to go along with the status quo until you are no more. Old, tired, system shutting down on you, your body system shutting down on you like the public social system have already shut down. You're weak. You look in the mirror and you holler because you don't even recognize what you're looking at. And it's all because of being tricked. Being tricked. Then somebody would say, well, how can we keep from being tricked? Well, I heard somebody else say that when you're coming to the world, there's something inside of you. I don't know the word for it, but there's something inside of you that differentiates between what's right and what's wrong, or what's good and what's not, or what you should or shouldn't do. There's something in there so you can make a decision, because it kind of tells you the consequences of your action, which is a guide. And so you have choices there. You try this doesn't work, you learn, maybe. You try this and kind of work, but then you're in a system that you just going from crazy to crazy because you don't know what to do. The system is so broken. Then it's time for anybody that loves people to know how to fix it. And there ain't but one way to fix it for God, on God's side, and that's working for everybody. It's not working for black people because I'm black only. It's not working for white people because you white only, or men because you men only, or women because you women only. No, it means working for everybody that is a victim of it. Oh boy. So it's the choices that we make, ladies and gentlemen. It is the choices that we make. I'm thinking about how it would be so beautiful today, even in Minnesota where it's snowing and cold, and other places too. Just think about when people don't have the problems, when people have access to do the things that they like doing. Some people like the weather, cold weather. Then there's so much that they can be doing in the cold weather to embrace and enjoy the cold weather, or the warm weather, cool weather where it's at, or the rainy weather where it is. Just am ready for it, thanking God that it's raining, thanking God that it's sleeting and snowing, thanking God that the wind is blowing. Why? Because you are the master of this stuff right here. Your life on this earth, you're the master. You prepare for it. Why? Because you're a representation of that power that put you here. You are a creator. You are a child of the Almighty God. And you love and you know things. You do things. You are somebody. You're not just a killer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave it there. I want to laugh this morning, and I do, because I had the opportunity to at least say this to you. What good will it do? That's up to you. Till next time, goodbye.